First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. There once was a woman. She wanted to make a difference in the world, but her work was sabotaged, and she was bullied and became very sad. One day she met a beautiful man, and they moved to the country. They felt happy, warm, and free. But one day a terrible virus swept through the world, and everything was shut down. But on the land there was an old farm shed. And in that shed, Cassie began to paint. She could be as messy as could be, and forget about the virus. She painted the workbench pink to cheer herself up, and she tried all sorts of things, watercolours and oils and acrylics, even honey wax from bees. She felt joy in her heart, and she shared her art with others. And a man purchased one of her paintings from Instagram. Straight away, Shine Your Light Matuku Kokako, sold, mixed media pastel. She gave the shed a lick of paint. It didn't need to be perfect. She knew she was lucky to have a space in which to create. A local gift store owner invited her to exhibit. It was called The Beauty of Resilience, and it was in 2020 September, and she's hung her paintings with other artists. But that night the gallery owner texted her, and the night before opening, and said, actually, I've had to put some of your paintings in the back room. And Cassie was mad, and she told her she did mind, and she asked for one of her favourite paintings to be placed back, and it sold. Her partner wasn't happy with how she was treated, and on her 54th birthday, when the world was still locked down, her beautiful man said, I'm going to get you a slider for your birthday. It was an unusual present, but Cassie was blown away. It was the best gift ever. It was a very, very happy day when the slider was installed. A famous photographer came to photograph their house during lockdown, and Cassie thought, why not give my art gallery a bit of a plug? Her partner suggested they call it Art at Rangatani. And Cassandra kept painting and painting and painting, and sometimes she sang as she painted. She felt so happy, but she still didn't know she could have a gallery. She felt worried and excited all at the same time. Why would people come all the way out here? How will they find me? Let's call it Art at Rangatani, her partner suggested. And then people came. They saw her flag, and 3 generations from one family came and purchased 3 paintings. Cassandra felt so happy, and they felt so happy too. People loved Cassandra's childlike enthusiasm. Even Joe Seeger turned up with a friend, who came back with some friends, and they purchased 3 of Cassandra's large paintings. And this little painting, painted outside, inspired by the galleries, sold, and this painting sold to an overseas collector. Here Comes the Sun. It got sent to a homesick person in London, and locals came and took away beautiful art and edible treats from the garden. Some people stayed for dinner. Families with love in their hearts co-created with joy, and soon in their homes it was always summer. Paintings flew to Willywood, where Cassandra was born, and brightened up grey days. Even prints were later sold. Brought joy to people's lives. A lady with blue hair bought one in Texas. She named it So Cool when she first saw it in a Facebook post. The world needs a lot of sunshine right now. A local lady also purchased a painting. Right. It's my happy art.
Well, here I am with my beautiful painting of Cassandra's, and what I love about it, I came from Rotorua, and to me it looks like a geyser. The coming out of the ground, the geyser and the colour and the steam and the action. And then I just love the hints of gold through it, and pink, my favourite colour. So I saw it in her gallery and I fell in love with it immediately. And I walked around the house and thought, where can I find a home for it? And here it is in my dining room.
And there was another little story, wasn't there? We called it Dancing with Life, and something had happened.
Yes, I'd had a very nasty little experience, and after I came to see you, I felt so buoyant and so happy. And it's my happy art piece from Cassandra.
Other artists came to the gallery too, like Betty, aged 4, who visited and found a pink feather. I told her that it belonged to the pink unicorn who came to the gallery at night. I was delighted when Betty came to my exhibition Return to Love with a gift, a special painting called A Pink Unicorn Jumps Over a Rainbow. Some people thought they weren't creative, and they came and learned how to paint. And they raved about their day.
So, after being at Cassandra's, what it did was it gave me back my life again. It gave me back my colour. It gave me back the passion, because everybody was in such a joyful mood. And Cassandra had told us that what you do, you paint and you walk away and let the picture of the painting talk to yourself when you come back. So over a progressive of 5 to 7 days, this has popped out at different colours, and that's another word that Cassandra often uses, what pops out. So this was dark black underneath, and I put a different colour on top, but it sings to me. And also with Cassandra, she mentioned the word let it drip. So I haven't achieved the drip yet, but I'm sure I will achieve the drip. So it's thanks to Cassandra that when you go to her class, you do come away with a different feeling about what you did when you walked in. So I think that this is the benefit of going to a class with only 4 people.
Thank you. And what was happening with your creativity before you came along to the workshop?
It was zilch. There was
Zilch.
absolutely nothing.
Zero.
I hadn't painted for in excess of 2 years.
Ooh.
Prior to COVID. You would think that I would have done something over COVID, but I didn't, because I didn't have the energy. And this has given back the energy.
And it's so beautiful. And just talk to me a little bit about this beautiful piece. What's inspiring this? It's just delightful.
I don't really know what's inspiring. It's being at the class, and Cassandra gives you 3 paint to choose from, 3 colours, and by the 3 colours you choose. Well, when I came home, I realised that I wanted more colours, and so what's inspired me is not to be frightened, and just put on it, and just, as she said, somebody once said to her, oh, you do those childish paintings. And to me, to be a child for say 3 or 4 hours a day takes away the reality of life and makes you think more.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Maybe the child visiting the gallery from the UK will become an artist. I've invited other people to exhibit their art, Jane Ussher, Grant Gallagher, and many others. Jane Ussher is one of New Zealand's foremost portrait photographers. She showed her botanical photos for the very first time, but importantly she wanted to support her husband, who feared he was going blind. His sculptures inspired some of my later artworks, including Pretty Gorgeous. Creating these sculptures to show in my exhibition created a beautiful respite from worrying about what was happening to his eyesight. Jane Ussher took this amazing photo shoot for New Zealand House and Garden. It was the first time anyone had been out since the lockdowns. We had a fun day. Cassie encouraged another artist to show her artwork. Coast had been postponed and then later cancelled, and she contacted Cassie and said, "Could I show my art at your gallery?" And everything sold. As the world was assaulted by fear masquerading as health advice, I just wanted to bring more joy to people's lives. And I've ended the year creating the Art of Life inspiration deck.
It's not literal. I'm not a literal painter. I think the world's already too literal. I just want to transcend the world and bring something that's just like a beautiful sunrise. You know, it's just a wash and a blaze of colour. What I love about Kerikeri is the Bay of Islands, it's subtropical. The light here is amazing, and of course we're here on 10 acres of amazing, beautiful land with a lot of native trees, and just the colour of the bush, of the sea, of the amazing, beautiful birds that fly past, lorikeets and parrots and all sorts of amazing colours. And the light up here is phenomenal in the far north. There's just something just extremely beautiful that you couldn't replicate anywhere else. My style I would describe as fluid, sensual, transcendent. My style is an emotional. I was thinking today, I love to paint, and I'm very inspired to paint as Amy Winehouse wrote songs. She wrote with this real honesty. She wrote with these beautiful, that touched people's hearts, and she wrote. So sometimes when my style is maybe something's going on and I'm not feeling joyful about it, so my style is how to transcend something painful and create something beautiful. So maybe the weather's not fantastic, well, I'll paint summer. So I like to paint on the ground, just like I'm sitting on the ground. I love to bury myself within. I think you go into quite a meditative state when you're painting, and it's a different way of looking at a painting, and it's like entering the vortex. You enter a different realm when you're not being literal with trying to paint on the wall. I take commissions, and it's a really interesting, beautiful process, and some other artists may say it's frustrating because people have too many opinions. I love to involve people, and I think it should be a collaborative process. That's my perspective. Your painting is like a baby. It's like my baby, and if I'm going to give my baby away, because sometimes people say, oh, it must really hurt to give your babies away, your paintings, and I think it's the greatest privilege to know that your painting is somewhere and it's sparking delight. And so yeah, I just love commissions, and I love painting to the colour palette that people, the mood actually is what I ask people, how do you want to feel? So yeah, it's the best. I often say to people, your passion or purpose doesn't usually, it's not something you go chasing, it actually finds you. And I think all of us, it's just following the things that sets our heart on fire. And for me, it's always been colour and bright, sunny, beautiful colours. So it's just looking for that which is uplifting.